let me elaborate a little bit on what you guys were talking about, especially Helen. Now I understand what you're saying. You're saying just like, the people who are in Islam, they would say that Allah is the God of everybody.
Correct.
The people who are in Christianity would say that Jesus and or the God in the sky is the God of everybody, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Now, this is what I believe to be the case. And of course it's just me though, but I'm going to try to prove it later, is that I think that because Islam and Christianity was based off of the sciences of command, and I think we probably have to factor that in. We have to factor in the whole composite, which is that, we have to go to, if we can use this word, the beginning. But we know that black woman, and I'm sure you agree with me, Queen Carol, we know that black woman is not linear. She has no beginning.
Yes.
So that's, and so if that's the case, Queen Helen, that's why I say that the evidence lean towards black woman being God. And I'm saying lean towards with respect to, so we won't, somebody won't come in the room and say, oh, you being too mystical and spooky. Okay, so let's just use the data then. Based off the data, the old, not the modern data, the oldest data available that's written not even sometimes by us, but by other peoples who are non-black. You can get this in, you can get this in some European women books. Merlin Stone, and I'm definitely not trying to advocate her book, but she said when God was her, she has a book called When God Was a Woman. That's just one. It's a whole bunch of books. And the problem with her book, though, of course, like most of all of the books, they never want to give credit to the racial component. They'll go ahead and give credit to the gender component as if all the females are God and when once were God. But, we know that's not the case with the data, because if you go to the classical and Greek writers where we get a lot of our information from, they distinctly tell you that the oldest people, of course, were black people. We know that. But then when you go into, because these are assumptions, like I said, the reason why we're doing this exercise is because we're trying to get a different understanding of assumptions and see how it plays into our belief systems. And like Queen Renee says, how these assumptions can walk with us from our meet us at the cradle and walk with us to the grave. And before we go to the grave, we pass the baton off to our offspring, and it continues. Assumptions.
You may have heard rumors that I run a very tight operation. These rumors are not exaggerated.